Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Depths of Yoth scenario review. This one is after we've escaped, hopefully, the body of a Yithian. You're put in deep in Valusia, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, some sort of Yig thing.
I mean, Yoth is part of it. Maybe? Yoth, the last refuge of Valusia. Is Valusia a race of snakes?
I think it is. Or is it a city?
It is a city.
But like Ibs, I was reading, are also, it's a city and a race.
I bet this is like another world and that like it's not Valusia, but it's where like the remnants of their people are.
Yeah. So the Depths of Yoth, you're going down. You need to get 5 deep until you can pass.
If I remember correctly from like the Mound, which is one of the stories that this is based off of, Yoth is like a big cave under the earth, but it's where like Sagothua lives.
Yeah,
I think.
So it's like a big cave system, and we're just like somewhere in Yoth, digging towards where we need to go.
That story is really good, by the way. If you're interested in Eldritch or in H.P. Lovecraft lore, that's a very good place to start. It offers a lot of background on stuff.
Yes. This one also has a boss fight.
Which actually surprised us the first time.
Yeah. Yig showed up and
before like I mean you fight the boss the last one, but you didn't.
Yeah, and I think it makes total sense for Yig because in the lore he's just a snake man, and in all of the Arkham Files games he's the easiest one to actually fight, right? Except in Eldritch Horror when he's one of the ones that we have the hardest time beating for some reason.
I think that's kind of shit.
Yeah, we're shit. But he's actually a really easy fight. The first time through, Brandon killed him.
Yep. Yeah, he surprised us, and then we surprised him with a machine gun. And
he was like, "Oh no, we didn't have these in Valusia."
But in the second time through, we weren't built to deal massive damage, so we evaded him instead.
With him not a fan of, his art doesn't feel very sneaky to me.
No, I think the
he's just
there's
like
There's the art
monster.
from Eldritch Horror on one of the cards in here. That is
in here.
Yeah, where he's like talking to a snake.
Yeah, there's actually only one copy of that card. Serpent's card.
Yeah, there's also, and then there's.
He doesn't look very snaky compared to that. He just looks like a generic monster.
Yeah, and then here's the Arkham Horror one. Yeah. I like this one. I think this rendition's kind of very creepy, like where it's like a face and a face.
That's not like actually, I don't think though.
No, it's just
a snake.
So the big mechanic for this one works is the depths, and that you're chased deeper. So, for example, the Pit Warden, he will chase you as you go further down. And then also there is the Eater of the Depths, which is a giant snake fish that gets stronger, not stronger.
Harder to run away
from when you're the deeper under the earth you are. So it's nice to run into him on level 1, then you can just evade him and kill him.
He's also worth victory too. There's a lot of victory to be had in this scenario.
Yes. I think the mechanic of the monsters chasing you is very successful in this one. And because also, one thing is, as I've been saying in the reviews, you can also plan for it because you know it's always the one with the highest foot that's going to engage first. Yep. So you can just be like, he's coming, we got to deal with him, right? And then also the flavor of the deeper you are, the harder it is, really carries over in this. Because you're going to have so many more monsters pursuing you that you're like, look at all these dudes that are going to come and chase us, right? I think the theme's very good for this one.
This guy does a good job of highlighting how much of a little bitch he is. Because like he hits almost as hard as him.
Yeah.
He does.
He has a really cool thing that I like is that if he cannot be damaged while there's a ready serpent enemy at its location. They're like defending him.
Yeah, I think this should... If you attack Yig,
it should damage the other ones.
It should damage the serpent because they're getting in your way, stopping you from.
That would be really cool. That would be really cool.
That being said, you're probably just fighting the other serpent because
it's easier.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean Yig's as strong as this guy. Like they both have 4.
How come the Depths has more punch? That's garbage.
Eater of the Depths, he's harder to fight because
I mean he is huge.
Yig's big and dumb and slow.
He's just like probably like 8 feet tall probably. Yeah. This guy looks like he is a giant fish.
Yeah, it's because Yig's been sitting on top of the pyramid for too long. He's been the boss for too long.
Yeah.
He's sending out other people
we have
to
a
go do his
usurper
job.
right here.
This guy's coming for him. He wants his job.
He's just whispering like, hey, don't you think Yig sucks? Yeah, Yig sucks, right?
I guess it kind of makes sense. Like it's kind of like you have like Palpatine and Vader, but Palpatine's good at making like other Sith.
Yeah.
But he's like not quite as good at like fighting by himself, and like I'd probably rather sword fight Old Man than like Robo Man.
And then there's also the thing that you don't really see in the mechanics of the game, but when you defeat these monsters, they don't actually like die. Like it literally says Yig retreats, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who's smart enough to know, like, this guy has a machine gun. I'm gonna peace.
Yep. This isn't worth it. I'm not that mad at him.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
this-
he doesn't put vengeance into the display. He's like, you kill my kids, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
You kill
but
me,
you're-
like, hey, you know, good job.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess.
he doesn't care if you kill his kids. He cares if you kill like
like
regular
normal
snakes.
snakes. Yeah, not even like.
And he's a snake man. That checks out.
Yeah. I feel like this is a very good representation of Yig. I feel like for all the ancient ones, we've only faced one version of Haster. I'm interested to face the one that isn't on the board that just like evades you, like is
It's
with you
hard,
wherever you are.
But like, because we just make the same decisions every
Yes, I
time.
know, because we make the optimal ones, right? But I feel like this is once again a very successful translation of an ancient one. I'm interested to see what they do with Azathoth because like he's not supposed to have one, right? Like he's,
We
but
won't have to fight Azathoth. It'll be like his paper boy, like Toot Toot.
toot toot.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of theme?
It'll be like you have to kill a bunch of Toot Toot men before they summon.
I think this is the good cave one.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was
this
something else I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Is like the caves for this one feel like caves. We have a crumbling precipice.
This
That's
is
spooky here.
so this is when you attempt to explore here. You must attempt a brain. If you fail a foot 3, fail that. Fist 2. If you fail that, you are killed.
Yeah, so don't be Preston here.
My money does nothing.
You got the.
Why
you
didn't
got
I buy better
The
ropes?
caverns of Yoth. We got a forked path, which is like it's nothing special, but
But it would be in a cave.
yeah, we got the sea of the serpents.
Yeah, this one's cool. Yeah, so this one is when it has no clues on it, it's considered to be in the victory display for vengeance, which I think is a really cool mechanic because this one will punish you depending on vengeance as well. So like I believe some enemies get more pissed if there's vengeance in the victory display.
Yeah.
Which I think is a
There's some of
The
these.
game itself just gets harder as
Yeah.
well.
yeah.
You get
There's
minus
an
X on your
abandoned
skulls.
site, which seems like a little off theme unless you've read the Mound. But like it is definitely on theme.
You start at a random place too, right? Each time?
What's the one you've? Yeah, it's a random place, right? We got the Bright Canyon, which is like you expect there to be like fluorescent mushrooms underground.
Yeah.
We got a Broken Passage, cave-ins, and then 2 that actually reference Segotho that we talked about before. We've got the Bridge over Nakai, which in the flavor text like references that Segotho is like further deeper,
Yeah.
and the Hall of Heresy, which has been built in imitation of certain temples depicted in the vaults of Zen to house a very terrible black toad idol.
Yeah, a little statue for him. And I
that's
think
the stuff else, of course.
one thing that's really successful, I think, about this one too, is that it changes, the locations change each time.
Yep.
Right? So even though, yes, you're revisiting the bridge over Nakai, you might not see it every time.
It's different. than-
Every depth level it
No,
changes.
yeah, I was
right?
gonna say
So-
like it's different from the Heart of the Elders one, where it's different every time in that one because in that one you're like I'm going through the same jungle. This is stupid, but this one you feel like I'm underground. I'm in the dark. I can't see. Like this is clearly not a natural place to be.
I think the only thing that I would knock on this one, in terms of the mechanical standpoint, is that having to rebuild the exploration deck each time
Yeah.
is a little bit tedious. But when you have,
That counts more to fun than theme, I think.
I think so too. I think theme this one is winner winner chicken dinner.
Yeah,
What do you guys think
strong agree.
overall? What would you give it, Travis? I'll probably give it a.
I was gonna say 5.
I'm gonna say I'm on more of a 4.5.
Okay.
But
I can't. This one feels like Splunk in the Cave. It feels like you're being
Mhm.
chased down by
Mhm.
Yig. I can't think of anything that I would change differently. The game
Ooh.
pressures you without being overwhelming.
I know what I would change. I would put in more locations to make Travis's life more difficult.
Why do you hate me?
Yeah, I could be convinced to go up to a 5. Travis just made a good point. Like all the things he said were real big hits.
The big thing for me is like, what could you do better?
Yeah. The only thing I would say do better is make it so that it would be horrible for setup and fun, but have it so that no matter what, you never saw a repeat location. That would be the only thing that would that would be the only thing that would make the theme better. I think. But
Not-
like
yeah,
so,
I'm
for
not sure how
example, like
mechanically you do that.
the Hall of Heresy or the Bridge over Nakai, right, would be different. But like there was like setup ones like these, right,
Yeah.
that you could go into. That would be the only thing, and even then, that's not like
That's pretty minor.
yeah.
And even like this is also something that you could pitch to someone who doesn't care about Arkham, and they'd find it fairly interesting. But like, hey, we're gonna play a scenario today or game today where you're running through an endless cave from Snake Man. They're like, wow, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. So, Brian, what do you think? What's your number?
Yeah, I'd probably give this one a 4.5. I think.
I'm gonna put a 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm also 4.5, so 4.75 to 5. But yeah, this one's a winner in all regards. What do we think of fun? I mean, I think it's very fun to play. The building, the exploration deck each time kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But
4 because of that.
when you have a team, we did it very quick. Like, we all had different jobs when it came to setup.
Yep.
But
Most people aren't though. I think most people play this game are gonna have one person who does all the setup and stuff,
yeah,
and everyone else is just kind of waiting.
I'm with you on a 4. What do you think, Bryn?
I think that sounds pretty fair.
There's a 1 blade on the otherwise pristine scenario.
What do you think of the difficulty?
This one's actually not that
I
hard.
think
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5. It's very fair. It's very fair, and you can plan for it.
Yeah, I think I would give this one a 3.
Even the first time I played, we were like, yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
I think
guess.
I'm better with a 3. It's slightly above average.
It is. Yeah, there are scenarios that are easier than this.
Yeah. Overall, I think this one's like a solid 4, 4.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4.5. I enjoy this one. I would play this one standalone. I would recommend other people play this one standalone.
Yeah, this one's great. This to me was like Shattered Aeons is really cool and also a very good scenario. But to me, this is like the climax of this scenario of this campaign. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. It's got you gonna.
Yeah.
This is what you were promised.
Yeah. Well, we did it. We'll see you guys next time for the last episode of our scenario reviews. All recorded in one day.
Yeah.
One day
We don't
we
do
did
that
it.
very often.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.